You know, as embroiderers, we usually have a lot to say. When we do embroidery, it really says a lot to the world. But what if we have a lot to say? Well, we can use software to help the machine say a whole lot more. So I have a lot to say. We're going to use Palette 11 software. I'm Kathy, and this is Sewing Tech Talk. So we have a very special giveaway for this video. So I have this adorable, cute little USB drive, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to be creating my own designs today. So they're going to be loaded on this little software, so you can win this little cute little USB with the designs I'm creating today. They'll fit in a 5x7 hoop. There'll be a PES design, which means they'll fit in Brother or Baby Lock software Baby Lock machines. And every time you like, share, or comment, you have a chance to win this cute little USB drive, and it'll just so happen to be loaded up with the designs I'm creating today. So, my father was a fireman. And for the most time that he was a fireman, he was the guy in the kitchen cooking. And as you probably know, if you know firemen, they eat really, really well. So I have a collection of his recipes that he hand wrote out. This is the nicest one because most of them were not preserved very well. But I want to preserve them. So what I'm doing is I'm rewriting them. Through a weird quirk of genetics, my handwriting looks almost identical to his. Who knew? So I'm rewriting them out. But I thought I needed to have a cool little book to write them in. And so I wanted to take the absolute family favorite recipe, carrot cake, and put it into an embroidery to go on the top front of my little composition book here. So, can I do that in the machine? Absolutely. The Baby Lock Altair has a ton of fonts that are built into the machine, even some teeny tiny ones. But this is a lot to say. So let me show you how I would enter it in the machine. And it's not bad, but I can do it a little bit faster with software. So let's see how we can do it in the machine. So I've opened up the lettering tab on the Baby Lock Altair, and I have all these cool little fonts. I even have, on the next page, I have some teeny tiny ones. And so these are really, really tiny. I'm going to go to one of the other ones. I think I'm going to choose maybe this one. Now, I have all kinds of ways to put in lettering in this machine. So I can type in the numbers, I have a return key, I can do multi-line text, and I can even make it pretty small. So let me start with 4 eggs and 2 cups of sugar and show you how that would go into the machine. So I'm going to come into here, which is the numbers. I'm going to touch the number 4, and I know I want it to be pretty small because I got a lot to say. So I'm going to touch here, and that gives me a pretty small font. I have a space, and then I need to say eggs. I'm going to make that lowercase, E-G-G-S, return, and I'm ready for the next line. 2 cups sugar. So 2 space cups, C-U-P-S space sugar, U-G-A-R. Well, that wasn't hard, but I'm kind of all over it. And even if I'm going to do all of his recipes, I need something faster and easier. So let me show you how this works. When I hit, and I have choices. I can center it, I can make it left adjusted, right adjusted. I can do all kinds of stuff with it. When I hit set, I can even change the size of it just a little bit. It comes in grouped, so maybe I don't want that. So when I touch this, I can ungroup it. I have individual pieces. I can change the size of them just a little bit. I can break them apart. But one thing the machine doesn't have, and that's something that I kind of need. I'm punching in a lot of numbers. I don't have spell check. I don't have a way to easily, well, let's just say I wanted to be a little bit faster and easier. So I'm going to show you how in software we can do a ton of stuff. I have a lot of choices for different fonts, and I have a bunch of choices for really small ones. So if I have a lot to say, the software is really going to help me get all that content into a 5x7 hoop, which is the size that I want. So pretty easy in the machine, but let's go to the software, and I want to show you how it's pretty simple to just enter in your text. You can even type it in, you can even copy and paste. Very much easier than that. So let's go to the software. I'm going to create another carrot cake design and we'll send it back to the Altair and we'll stitch it out. So beat you at the computer. So here we are at the computer. I've opened up actually a word processing program before we get to Palette 11. Now this is just this is Microsoft Word. It could be any word processing program. It could be an email somebody's. It doesn't matter. You just need the words. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy and paste the words. So I'm going to take my cursor, see my cursor right here. I'm come to the front of carrot cake and I'm going to click my left mouse button and I'm going to drag the mouse on down to all the words that I typed. And now on this program I can do copy and copy. But on the keyboard, it works with anything. I'm going to hit the Control-C keys on my keyboard. Now that copied all these words and put them in the clipboard of the computer. Now let's go to Palette. Here's Palette. Now this is called the ribbon. This is the home ribbon. And up here, third box over, is text. And if I click this little arrow right here, it shows me the 4 ways that I can do text. And if you hover on any particular one of them, it's going to show you that this is the small text. Cool, that's what I want. So I'm going to click it with my left mouse button, and when I come down, I've drawn a 5x7 hoop. I've told the computer that's what I want. Do you see this little I bar down here? I'm going to come right around here and I'm just going to click with my left mouse button. That kind of shows it where I want it to be. And now all of a sudden up here I have this new box that says text attributes. See the little blinky cursor up here? All I have to do is paste what I've copied from the word processing program. So I'm going to do Control V, and just as quick as that, did you see that? Did you see how fast it brought in all those words for me? And in a teeny tiny font as well. Oh my gosh, that is so cool. Now up here I can see which font that is. It's Calgary Medium Italic and it's willy small. I'm going to click this arrow down here because this font is available in a couple other sizes. And give it a second. There we go. Click on that. It had to render all those stitches. I forgot. It gave me 7,490 stitches, just as fast as you can say Jack Robinson or whatever. So I can have that a little bit bigger if I want to. I'm going to click 16. Now just by clicking on that, the computer knows I want it to be made a little bit larger. And so boom, it made it a little bit bigger. Now it made it a little bit bigger, put it off to the side just a little bit. So very simply I can come up Home. I can come to this box over here where it says Edit, Arrange, left mouse clicks all, move to center, and it's going to move all 8,000 stitches over to the middle of the page. Perfect. Now, I know you can't see them because underneath all these white diamonds are all the individual letters, because you can maneuver all the individual letters. Let's zoom it in. Down here in the lower right, I have zoom. I'm going to bring it up a little bit, and I think you can probably see a little bit of the letters. Now, if I click on any one of these little white diamonds, you can see the little diamond, and I get a couple of little icons. Let's go a little bit bigger so you can see what that is. So if I hover on any one of them, I have this one that moves the letter up and down. This one up here, this little green triangle, makes the letter larger, and this little green dot over here rotates the letter. Now I don't want to do any of that, but I can adjust any individual letter to make it exactly what I want. Now I'm going to click off, and I want to show you that I want to take off the word carrot. Oh my gosh, I want to take off the word carrot cake because I want that to be separate and maybe a little bit bigger. So I can come back up here. Do you see where it says text up here? When I click on that, that gives me all the controls for controlling all of my text, and I want to edit it, don't I? So I'm going to click on that. And then I can come up over here to that very same box I pasted the words into, go all the way up. I'm going to left click behind carrot cake, and I'm just going to backspace those words out. Now what happened is it automatically took all those letters out for me. And if I zoom back out, you'll see that those words are now gone. So if I make a mistake, if I want to change my words or anything like that, it's really simple to do. Now it's recalculating all those stitches. That's why it's taking a little bit of time to think. And boom, there they are. Now I want to, actually, I'm going to come up a little bit. I want to add the word carrot cake in regular, bigger text right up in here. It's really simple to do. I can either come up to here where it says input text, or I can go back home where I was before. Text, I want to do regular text, and you probably know the drill right now. Hold on. There we go. I click down here, and then I come up here, and this time I'm going to type it in, carrot cake. And it rendered carrot cake automatically for me. Now there's what it looks like. I can make changes if I want. Hey, let's look and see some of the really cool fonts that I have. It's gonna digitize it in the last big font that I had. Ooh, that's pretty cool. But let's look and see what we got. Look at all these fonts. Oh my goodness, you don't have enough life to stitch out all these different fonts. I'm going through too fast. Now down here, any true type font that you brought into your computer, it does those also. So that's pretty neat. So here it is, I'm ready to go. I'm going to send it off to my embroidery machine. And how do I do that? Well, I can get rid of this, I don't need it anymore. I'm going to come home, and this is palette 11. So it's the wireless conduit to my wireless Altair. So if I come over here to send and sew, I come on down and send a network machine. There's the Altair. Just by clicking this, I'm going to send this embroidery 2 whole rooms away to my embroidery machine. That's pretty amazing. That's sewing technology right there. So when I click on that, it's sending it, and it should tell me, boom, it's finished sending that embroidery to my embroidery machine. Now I want to show you one other quick little thing. So I'm going to make it new. Now, you don't have to have a word processing. Do I want to save it? Nope, I've already sent it off to my machine. Now, you don't need a word processing program to create something. What if you wanted to do a quilt with nursery rhymes? So I'm going to go out on the internet. Right down here, I'm going to bring up the internet, and I searched for the word for Little Bo Peep. I can do and that tells me the history of Little Bo Peep, but I can come down here and do the exact same process I just did. I'm going to hold my cursor up here. I'm going to push down my left mouse button and drag it down through all the words of Little Bo Peep. Hold on. It's the internet, so you know how it's going. Boom. Now, I don't get them all, but I think you're going to get the point. Now, I'm going to do the same process. I'm going to go Control C to copy each of those words. Come on back to palette. Here we go. And I want to do text, small text. You know the drill by now. I click somewhere on there. Right up here, I do Control V, and there's Little Bo Peep. Could you do a nursery rhyme quilt? Oh my goodness. So, text, pretty easy to manipulate in palette 11. I've already sent that recipe over to the machine. Let's go stitch it out. There's a couple things I wanted to show you when it comes to stitching it out, but I think you can agree, pretty fast and simple with palette 11 to create whatever. Oh, there's so much more that you can do with the text in palette 11, but that's just a small sample of the small text. Let's head on over to the machine and stitch out that recipe. So I sent the design over from palette. It was so simple. All I had to do is send it wirelessly. So let's look at the machine and see where that is. So here's my lettering. It's still there. I just go down here to the source is the wireless. So if I touch this, that brings in everything I've sent in from my palette software. Palette is the conduit to get all the design, all the embroideries into the Altair if you want to send them wirelessly. So there's my carrot cake right now. Pretty cool, right? So I'm going to hit set. Now, it's just like any other embroidery. I created it in software, and I can move it around. I think maybe, real quick, I might need just a little bit of a carrot on there. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to go step by step, I'm going to go real fast. I'm going to create a little carrot in IQ Designer. So let's see how fast I can do it. I'm going to go Add, IQ Designer. I'm going to pull up a shape. I think that looks like a carrot right now. Okay. I'm going to take the size of it and I'm going to squish it down. There's my 5x7 hoop. I know how short I need to make it. That's a pretty fat carrot, but I can make it skinny, 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 skinny. That looks like a carrot to me. So when I hit OK, I can come in here and I can choose carrot color. There's carrot color. OK. Touch the bucket. Touch inside the carrot. Now I need some greenery, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come here and I'm going to draw in some greenery. I have some green. I'm going to let it do just a regular stitch, and I have a paintbrush. I'm just going to draw some green. You can see how incredibly precisely detailed I was. And then when I hit next, and let's just send it through. See, oh no. I want to make sure that this is not a zigzag, or if it's a zigzag, I want it to be orange. Okay. Preview. Okay. A carrot. Ta-da! How long did that take? I'm going to hit set. Okay. And I'm going to take my carrot and put it to the very top of my carrot cake. Oh my goodness. I might like to make it a little bit smaller, but it's pretty good to go. So I'm going to stitch out my carrot on the top of my carrot cake on my fabric. I think I'm going to make another book. I'm going to show you how that's done at the end. So let's get stitching. Stitching the carrot cake in black. Let's go. This is going to take about 21 minutes. That's not bad for a great little project. I'll see you at the very end. 21 minutes go by just like that. So it's just finishing up. I want to give you a couple little techniques that work really well, especially with small letters. I stitched these letters. Oh my gosh, they turned out so cute. They're less than a 1/4 inch. They're so itty bitty. Now I stitched them in black, and there's some tiny stitches. So when I used black thread on the top, I used black embroidery bobbin on the bottom, because tiny stitches, sometimes it might want to pull up the bobbin. And it cut between the words, but sometimes between the letters, it's so small, there's a drag of thread on any small lettering, software, or even created on the machine. So get yourself a pair of tiny little scissors if you want to clip those threads. Sometimes they don't bother me, sometimes you just kind of want to clip them. So that's a couple tricks. So it turned out so cute. The letters are so tiny, oh my goodness, and you can read them, which is so amazing. So on software, it's wicked simple just to create whatever kind of embroidery you want if you have a lot to say like I do. So Palette 11 software works with Baby Lock machines, and it actually works with other machines as well. You could export in whatever. So I'm going to save this design onto my little jump drive, and I'm going to throw it over to George because I think I may need to do more recipes. What do you think? So take it away, George. Tell them all about what you can do for them.
Thanks, Kathy. That was an incredible presentation. Don't forget, you can click on the link and download Kathy's lesson guide on today's presentation. But I want to take a couple moments to share with you my favorite features on the Baby Lock Altair. I believe the Altair is dollar for dollar the most advanced machine on the market. There are machines that sell for thousands of dollars more that do not offer the same features. You know, the embroidery features are incredible. The 9.5 inch by 14 inch embroidery area, you can really expand your horizon with embroidery, and there's 494 built-in designs. You also have that 10.1 inch color screen that gives you all kinds of editing capability, from color to sizing to also you can actually take designs and do automatic stippling around it. It has 30 built-in fonts and 5 jumbo monograms. Now with the fonts, you have all kinds of editing capability. You can even take and put in a name or a saying and then do an applique border and turn it into applique automatically. It also has the IQ Designer. Now, this is an app that you use your smart device like a phone or an iPad, and you can send an image, a graphic image, to the machine, and it will turn it into embroidery instantly. The embroidery is amazing, but what about the sewing and quilting? This machine has 11.25 inches of space and 5 inches of height, so you can fit even the largest quilts into this machine. It also has automatic fabric sensors that will sense the thickness of the fabric, so it will set the right pressure, and with the automatic tension it gives you perfect fabric control, from heavy denim to very sheer fabric to working with elastic or even a t-shirt collar. This machine truly controls the fabric with perfection. But also it has the digital dual feed, and what that does is that is a belt-driven walking foot system that's controlled by the motor of the machine, and you can control, even like here with this Minky, perfectly. So you have so many amazing features with this machine. But what about an amazing deal? The MSRP, the manufacturer's suggested list price of this machine, is $10,999. And it's worth that for all the amazing things that it does. We right now have it on sale for $79.99. And we're offering free shipping across the United States. Plus we have interest-free payments of $167 per month. That makes this machine very affordable. But wait, that's not all. For a limited time, and while we have it in stock, we are offering a special bonus with your Altair purchase. So first, we're going to give this beautiful set of 63 spools of polyester embroidery thread. The beautiful shine and quality of this thread is quite amazing. Also, I'm including the Baby Lock Ultimate Stabilizer Bundle. This has the most popular rolls of stabilizer, from wash away to cut away, in different colors, and this will enhance your embroidery to give you a better quality. I'm also including the Baby Lock Altair Inspirational Guide. Now, the instructions on this machine is wonderful, but what's different about the Inspirational Guide, it is written by Baby Lock educators, assuming you know nothing about the machine. So it takes you through every aspect, giving you full color. It's over 300 pages of full color description, step-by-step description. And if you complete this Inspirational Guide, you truly know everything on this machine. We're including that. Plus, we're going to include a online membership to Baby Lock's Love of Knowledge. This has hundreds of videos that give you step-by-step details on how to use the machine and also do techniques. This is invaluable, and you get a membership to this as well. You also get our famous rose gold scissors. These scissors are wonderful, both the shears and the embroidery shears. But last and not least, we put together a very exclusive design bundle by Anita Good Design. It has 17 different collections, and it comes with over 400 design files. And it's truly amazing the variety you get with this. So all this, which equals over a $1,600 value, is free with your Altair purchase for a limited time. Now, we will run out of these supplies, so this is while supplies last. So click on the link to order, or you can call us at 1-800-865-9664. You can email me at moreso@aol.com. But don't wait, this deal will surely end. But if you have any questions, again, call us at 1-800-865-9664. Bye for now.